Yes, sir. What's the deal, everybody? And welcome to another episode of Lake Takes, where we talk all things Los Angeles Lakers. Russell Westbrook is now a Los Angeles Clippers, right? It's kind of funny to me because obviously he was just a Laker for these past season and a half, right? So now to see him about to be a Clipper is truly amusing to me, right, guys? So obviously I took some time out of my day yesterday and I listened to his intro press conference. And he says something that was quite interesting to me. He said that I am happy to be with teammates that want you and teammates that embrace you. It left me puzzled because I started doing my research and started looking at old articles and old videos, right, about when we acquired Russell Westbrook. And like, bro, did Laker Nation, did the Lakers, did we not want you? Did we not embrace you, right? Did we not give up Kyle Kuzma, KCP, Montrezl Harrell, and a first-round pick to acquire you, Russ? Does that not show that we want you? Does that not show that we embrace you, right? If that doesn't show those things, I don't know what wanting and embracing means, man. I just don't, right? I just hate the revisionist history, right? He makes it seem that when he first came to LA, that nobody wanted him, that he was coming off the bench, that, the fans were booing him. That is all cap, Russ. That is cap, right? From day one, we embraced you, right? LA kid, Luzinger High, UCLA, right? Shout out Lou House. I went there too, right? We embraced you, bro, right? You started when you first came to LA, and shoot, you started when this season first started, right? So when did we not embrace you? When did we not want you, right? So I'm kind of like, I'm a realist, right? So I look at the stats and I look at what I see on the floor, right? And I even look at the interviews, right? And you cannot tell me from the start of his Laker tenure to the end of it, Russ didn't embrace us. Russ didn't want us, right? So now you get traded and bought out. Now all of a sudden you were the team that embraces you. Like, nah, bro. Russ kind of comes off as that person that you always give something to, right? You give money to, food, whatever. You give something to. And the moment you say no to that person, oh, man, oh, he's stingy, he's selfish, man. Oh, man, he never gives me nothing, right? But what happens all the times that we did give you stuff, right? Right? So the revisionist history that I'm getting from Russell Westbrook during that press conference is just truly outstanding and amazing to me. Then you got Pat Bev, real quick, that I just want to talk about. Then you have Pat Bev on his podcast talking about he can't wait to knock us out the playoffs. Like, bro, you already knocked us off the playoffs. Pat, you already knocked us out the playoffs, bro, with your horrible three-point shooting and your lackluster defense, right? And your antics, right, bro? Like, to me, it's funny when people don't look at themselves in the mirror. It's also funny when they throw these little slice subliminals to Bron. Like, just say it. Like, oh, it's a lot of stuff. Like, oh, I didn't like the way Bron was leading the team. Just say it. Embrace it. Embrace that, right? What's up all the sneak this and the subliminals and stuff, man? Let's talk about it, right? Y'all so happy to be out of LA. Let's talk about why y'all really happy to be out of LA. Or are y'all just bitter that we broke up with y'all, right? Are you bitter because you broke up with y'all? Russ was dating us, and all of a sudden, he went to go date our enemy. You know what I'm saying? And it just come as his flaw. So let's look at the stats. Last year, Russ averaged 18 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. That's cool. But, bro, you averaged 4 turnovers too, Russ. You averaged 4 turnovers. So if you have 7 assists, right, you have 7 assists, okay? You take away 4. Sorry, my math. You take away 4. That's technically just 3 assists, guys, right? It's just 3 assists a game because the turnovers, right, Russ? Russ, we didn't want to trade you. We wanted to trade the turnovers. Let's be real. Like, Russ, you cannot sit here and say that you played up to your best ability with the Lakers. Yeah, the roster wasn't constructed the way you would like to see a Russell and LeBron roster. We didn't have the shooting. We didn't have the defense. But Russ, bro, it was bad how you played last year. And then this year it was hella high water just to get you to come off the bench. And you still averaging 3.5 turnovers a game. Russ, we didn't trade you, bro. Russ, we still love you, bro. Russ, we traded the turnovers, bro. Russ, we didn't love the turnover, bro. So stop with the revisionist history. Just stop it, right? Let's be men. Let's look in the mirror, right? And let's take accountability. That's what I'm not hearing from Pat Bev. That's what I'm not hearing from Russell Westbrook. Where is the accountability at? Y'all were just perfect players that didn't deserve to get traded. It is a business. It's a business, and you ended with the Lakers. The Lakers is different from the Clippers, bro. We got 17 of them things. We trying to get 18. We trying to beat the Celtics. Like, stop it. If you ain't contributing to winning, I don't care if you Genie Bus. You can go. We about winning, Russ, right? With all that said, though, I love the Russell Westbrook pickup for the Clippers, right? I think the Clippers got better, they got more explosive, and they got a leader, right? And with all that shooting around Russ, I do feel that he's going to excel more with the Clippers. And I'm not saying that we're scared of him, right? But I do think that they're going to play be a huge thorn on somebody's side in these playoffs, right? Because quite frankly, with my Lakers, and we'll get into it a little bit soon, the expectations, we don't know where they're at yet because we haven't seen this new team play, okay? So let's go ahead and transition to that new team, okay? So during the All-Star break, LeBron James made an interesting comment, right? He said that these next 23 games of the season is the most important 23 games of his career. Now, obviously that's a little bit far-fetched, right? Because we've seen LeBron and know that LeBron played in very, very meaningful games over his 20 illustrious careers, right? Years in the NBA in his career, right? So why did he say that? 3 words: sense of urgency, guys. It's a sense of urgency, right? He understands the importance of these 23 games, and he understands that he needs his teammates all on board. And more specifically, Anthony Marshawn Davis. We need AD to be bubble AD again, right? Where is bubble AD? We have not found them since the bubble has ended, right? Let's get AD playing like bubble AD again. Let's get Bron playing like Bron. Let's get D'Lo to play like D'Lo, right? And let's see what we can do. I love the pieces we got. That Pelicans game we saw before the break was super exciting to watch. The ball movement, right? The spacing on the floor, right? The kind of fun it seemed like they were having on the court. Now, obviously, it's against the Pelican squads that did not have Zion, right? So I don't take much of the win. It's not about the win over the Pelicans, what I'm excited about. What I'm excited about is what I seen on the court, right? And how these pieces can mesh together a little bit well than our past pieces, right? This is the best thing Rob Pelinka has done since we traded for Anthony Davis, right? So I'm just super excited to see this new Lakers squad going forward these next 23 games, right? I do feel that we have a shot. We really got a shot. Let's think about it. Denver is at the 1 spot. I believe after Denver is Memphis, and after Memphis is the Kings, right? Let's be real. Do we fear any of those teams in a 7-game series, right? Then you go to the Clippers, the Suns, the Mavericks. Let's analyze it. Let's truly analyze it with a healthy roster. Are we scared of the Suns? Are they that much better than us, right? KD, LeBron cancel each other out. AD, D-Book cancel each other out. And dare I say it, D-Lo and CP3 cancel each other out. So let's go. Don't fear them. You look at Dallas. Dallas can't stop a nosebleed. Dallas can't stop a running nose. Dallas can't even stop at a stop sign. They just ain't stopping nobody. They don't fear me. Or they don't scare me, I should say. Sorry. Right? So, and then you got the Clippers. They're a cool regular season team. Let's see what they do in the playoffs. Do we really fear them? Right? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Right? And just how like y'all thinking right now, oh, Russ is about to be motivated when he play the Lakers. You don't think LeBron going to be motivated to play against Russ? You don't think LeBron going to be motivated to play against Kawhi? You don't think AD is not going to be motivated to play against them too? Stop it. We here. We here. I love our chances. I love what we can do. Before I end this late takes, though, let's talk about the MVP race. So obviously Nikola Jokic or Jokic, the Joker, right, is in line to win his third straight MVP. So obviously on that list you have Larry Bird won 3 straight in the 80s, which was awesome. Guys with 3 or more MVPs is like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Will Chamberlain, right, Magic Johnson, Karl Malone. I'm gonna pause on that one. We all know about the news with Karl Malone, man. I didn't know about all that. That was kind of weird. NBA, you took an L with that. Just I'm not even trying to play with that, but that was that. After hearing all some of the reports that came out regarding Karl Malone, very suspect for having him during the All-Star game. And then also Larry Bird, like I said, right, guys. So Joker is in line to win his third straight MVP and be in that category with those greats. But when you think about him, do you think about those predecessors I just named? Right? He's averaging a triple-double, right? But the triple-double, I'm never going to say it's watered down because I know it's hard as hell to get a triple-double. But Russ is already Mr. Triple-double. Russ done it like 4 times already, bro. Right? Right? After the bubble, what has Denver done in the playoffs? Nothing. Yeah, you can say injuries to Porter Jr., you can say injuries to Murray. Obviously, that affects and impacts that, right? But I've seen AD just dominate Joker in a series. I've seen Aiden dominate Joker in a series, right? We need to see Joker dominate in the playoffs to validate this third straight MVP. Because right now, he's a PR prince, right? And in order to really be among those predecessors, he need to become a PR king like Giannis, right? Giannis was a PR prince. Then he won a championship and he became a king, right? Let's see what Joker can do, man. I love his chances. I love his squad. There's no excuse this season. He needs to make sure that he's in that Western Conference Finals to validate the 3 straight MVPs, right, guys? And who knows? If he can do that, then maybe, just maybe, he could sit at that table with those predecessors I just named, right? Do you have it, guys? That's Lake Takes for you this episode. Please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page below. Also, please go subscribe to our Apple Podcast page, right? The Leisure Time Podcast. Please go follow us on Instagram at The Leisure Time Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Podcast Leisure. Obviously, our Facebook is The Leisure Time Podcast. Once again, this is a homegrown podcast, guys. Everything you see related to this podcast is me by myself doing it. So any view, any like, any comment, I truly appreciate it. Oh yeah, before I go, follow my TikTok too. It's starting to boom, right? Drop your comments below and let's kind of discuss these things too. I love arguing, I love talking, I love debating, right? Like I said, I appreciate you watching this. Do you have it, folks? Lake Takes.